Hello, hello, hello. Oh, looks like I am still have the wrong background from yesterday. Heaven forbid call myself a streamer. No wonder. There we go. Can't hope to get affiliate with the wrong background. Call myself a streamer. No wonder. All right, so hello, howdy, 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 folks. Today we're going to be doing some line of sight stuff on maps. Uh, we've my group went down instead of to the side like I expected them to last week. So I'm sort of scrambling to keep up with make some changes to a map that they're on. So let's go ahead and pull this up and see what's going on. So here we go. Boom. So this is where they are. This is the up above. I don't need the above right now. This is the DM's version. Secret laboratory. Okay, we don't have to worry about that just yet. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work on this for now. So most of our work is going to be on this. I'm going to throw a gray coloring over it. Just to add a little bit of color. Just taking a look at a couple different ideas and thoughts here. So you could make a map. Let's go ahead and get rid of this mask. Disable the click on the mask symbol and click disable mask. That turns it all off. All right, so let's take a look here. So this is where the lava is. Again, they're not going to see any of that stuff. So all this stuff on the outside, they're not going to see because this is underground. So speaking of being able to see, I'm just toying with the idea of making my own map. Trying to gauge the amount of time it would take to do that. Compared to just using what's here. I'm just going to use what's here for this one. Maybe on the secret laboratory level, I can I might make my own on that one. So, but the way I would do that, if you wanted to, is actually it's not that difficult. It's just time consuming. So opening up my assets, we're going to forget to tell my fan that I'm streaming. I have a person who said, "Hey, tell me when you're streaming." All right, so if we go to, let's see, we've got some new packs that just came out, some underground packs. We want, actually, I don't know what they're under. I think it's under images, but I'm not sure. So Abyss for underground, underwater, underground. 1 and 2. Let's go with 2. Looking for background. And while we're waiting for that to pop up, actually, we really can't do anything in the fantasy grounds. Okay, here we go. Perfect. This is what I was looking for. So the way you could do it, so this is just a bunch of rocks. You could also do the stone floor as well. This one is more controlled. Maybe for this area, we would use the rocks, but this one is more controlled, I guess isn't the best word. It's more mined, crafted, dug out of the rocks, out of the ground. Anyway, so you would use this, put it, go into layers, drop it in here. Boom, it's 25 by 25. So I would make it about, so let's see, we've got, we'll zoom out a bit. Go to the play section, go from one edge to the other, where the actual drawing of the maps are. So it looks to be about 180. So it's like 45, 180 feet is 180 feet, 9 squares, 90. 20. So it's a 20 by 20 square is what we want. So this is fine. So the 25 is fine. Drop it in. And what we'll do is we'll use this. We have the stamp one on there. We'll just pretty much find the middle, click. And then we will zoom, bring it out to where it covers the map, which it is there. And then all you do is you go here to the color. Actually, no, you go to select, layer select. So you're selecting this floor stone. And you bring the opacity way down like this, so you can see through it. And let me see, go ahead and select the rock. Make it a little bit bigger. And actually, I think I'm just going to leave this for my color. Bring it down a little bit more. There we go. So I don't have to do an effects layer. We've got, it looks like rock now. And then you would just take your wall. So if you go up, went too far, but that's okay. But you can just type wall, go to images, I think it's images. I don't know. No, I'm not sure. All might be a better choice. I'm not sure why it locked it up. I didn't hit enter yet. Wait for Fantasy Grounds to respond. So the point is you find the wall that you want and then just trace it. Trace the outside of each wall. Boom, you've got your walls. And the walls have, here you go. So I did hit enter, that's why. So like you could take this one. This is for the, like that, the area I was talking about. These are stone walls. Brick wall type things. Here we go. So this is a basement wall. So I'll probably use something like this here. The basement wall. Go to paint. Take the basement wall, drag it in. Right now it's 8 by 2, so we would want it pretty much 1 deep. There we go. Do a little test. Come on. Stop being silly. Here we go. And don't forget, when you trace, you want to draw from where the quill is, not just ignore the actual image. You could hold down Control if you wanted it to lock. Boom. Why is it doing in spaces? That's weird. Anyway, and so then you find the wall that you want, and that's all you have to do is let's flip this, and then boom, oops, the wrong way. All right, well, it's not behaving. Let me try switch to a different wall. Just want you to get the idea of what I'm talking about. And actually, you could even take, by the way, you could even take this. You could also do it the other way around as well to draw it better. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the wall. I probably have something selected wrong over here. I'm probably doing something wrong. So you have lots of different choices here as to what kind of wall you can draw with. Brush, there we go. Stone wall brush is what we're looking for. See if that helps. All right. Okay, that was why. So the walls I had ended before the edge of this box here. So that means within the pattern, there was gaps built in. This one goes all the way to the edge. So that way, so when you draw the pattern of this edge, so that's what it is. So what I was talking about is you can take the original map, move it to the top, and take the opacity of this original map, bring it way down. Oops. As well. So either way, whatever works. So we're going to do, so now we've got our wall here selected. And the size is fine. I don't, like I said, I would tweak it a little bit probably if I was actually doing this for reals. And if you wanted it perfectly straight, just hold Control, and that locks it to the grid. What just happened? Click, escape. And you would just trace this. Trace all your walls like that. And then you can go back to your layer select, turn this off, and you would have your map drawn. Your line of sight. What you could then do is take your painting and it says duplicate this as walls, and there you go, you got your line of sight. So it's simple as that. Boom. And then you just add your doors. All right, so I'm gonna have to draw the line of sight anyway. So I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this this way. Let's go to this painting layer. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with my map. Go to my layers, select my map, take this, turn down the opacity of it. Go back to my painting layer, grab my stone wall. I do like this one. Now that I was looking at it, it actually does look like a built stone wall. I'm going to make it a little thicker though. Let's make it 1.5. Keep that aspect. Shoot. All right, let's go to reset. Thank you. Put this on and then change this to 1.5. I like the aspect lock. All right, so now draw, draw, draw. Okay. We're adding a painting layer. This is going to be the wall. All right, so I'm going to, instead of starting in the middle, we're going to go ahead and pull back and we're going to start up here. The nice thing is, so by using control, it keeps it locked, keeps it straight. All right, what just happened? Control Z. So we're just tracing the original art. Hey, Atomic, how you doing? I had this piece of crap white and black map that was provided to me with the adventure. So I'm just making my own map. I have to do the line of sight anyway. So this is taking me pretty much just as much time as doing a line of sight would anyway. So we're just rocking it and rolling it, tracing the original map with our own stuff. Okay, and then you can take the mouse wheel, push down on the mouse wheel, and move it up. The map, that is. There we go. And now I've got my, just using the arrow keys. Click, left click, go. Now we're going across diagonally. Click, arrow keys again. Click. So it just makes it, like I said, it's not difficult stuff, it's just time consuming. Oops, I forgot to. Click. Double click, locks it in. We'll zoom out and over a little bit, see what's going on. All right, we'll finish this one. So click. And that's the nice thing about redoing the map is, you know, the lines of the original drawn map were hand drawn, so they don't line up perfectly with the grid. This way, it all does. Makes it really nice. And if you wanted to have that curvy look, uh, like I said, I'm using the arrow keys, which means every line is perfectly straight, but I could just hand draw it, and then you would have that curvy look if you want your underground walls and such to look a little more natural and less straight. Broken Mode Live, welcome again. I'm doing well, thank you. Appreciate you gentlemen hanging out today. What we're doing is we have a black and white map that was included in the module, and double click to end it. And so we're redrawing and remaking the map. I have to do line of sight anyway, so this way just makes it quick and easy. It's about as much time as it would take to do my line of sight, so I may as well redraw it. And the cool thing is, when I'm finished with this, I'll go to line of sight and there's a button that says duplicate this layer as walls. Boom, all my line of sight is done for me. So, except for the doors. So, makes it really easy, makes it simple. And this is not, like I said, it's not difficult work, it's just time consuming. So, we're almost done here. My group last week decided to go up. Decided to go down instead of to the side. So they were in a keep on the main floor There were 2 floors above them that towers that they went through and such. And there was an adjacent tower to the east. And then there was a trap door going down. Well, they're pretty completionists when it comes to dungeons and such. What? Really? Control Z. So I presumed they would finish the top floor first and go across the walkway into the other building. Nope, they decided to go straight down. And if you're really curious, you can check it out, Nashkel Homebrew on the U's and the tubes. And by the way, if you guys are bored, you can also do quotes. And if you like a particular one, you can click in the number. I think there's 18 of them now. All right, so you can see most of my map is now done. All I have to do is this secret door. All right, so now my walls are done. And like I said, all I do is I go to line of sight. I have this selected. So I say duplicate paint layer as walls. Boom, all my line of sight is done. And now all I have to do is go through to my doors. So I click on door, I click rectangle. Okay, so these are, each square is supposed to be 10 feet. So they have 10-foot wide doors. So the question is, do I care? I can either make them 5 feet wide doors and draw walls. You know what? I'm just going to say these are big doors. All right, so I go here, I start my wall. You want to make sure you overlap just a smidge or zoom in to make sure you're on the line. Because if you have, even if you're just a little bit below, that line of sight is going to see through that little crack. See through the crack. So I just go above it just a smidge. Like that. There we go. There's our door. And we just come down and we do our doors. There's a door here. Just like that. All right, and then the other thing, so what I am going to do though is I'm going to slap some doors in there. Whoa. My player's on an arc to help one of the PCs gain more control over her wild magic. Nice. They need the heart of an aberration and are hunting a beholder. Okay. Some old lady reveals she's actually 26, and the beholder took her beauty and hid it. And when they kill the beholder and look for the pearl containing her beauty, they will find it to be in its eye. Ah, yes, very nice. Very nice. They've been prepping for this for a couple months now. Nice. That sounds pretty cool. Lots of build up for an ongoing pun. I like it. I like it a lot. Very cool. And a very cool storyline as well. So, looks like I would presume your players are really going to like it. So we're going to have to mess with this a little bit just because it's going underneath, but that's fine. I wouldn't have made the map like this. I really don't know why they did. There's no real need for that. You could have just extended it somewhere else and stuff, but whatever. I didn't make the map. I'm just borrowing it from my story. Boom. And we have a secret door here. Boom. All right, so now we have all of our stuff. So if you go to this map, go to our play. Here's our map. That's what it looks like now, without the doors and everything built in yet. Toggable wall. There we go. That's what I wanted. Toggable wall. Oops. I have to do rectangle. There we go. So now I go back over here to my layers. Click on my walls again, so that way I'm drawing on the same selection. All right, so this was, okay, we're going to reset. There we go. No. Not sure why this is being so weird. Let's see. That's why it's a painting layer. Okay. There we go. And if you remember last time, we're going to aspect lock. We had it set at 1.5. I saw a story that was 2 in real life years of questing and ended up being 2 Wongs can't make a white pun. Nice. Yeah, we ran across some whites in our one of our campaigns, and there must have been 13, 14 different white jokes about these undead always think they're better than everybody else. It's just white privilege, and obviously didn't have the white stuff, and it was just over and over. There were tons of them. It was pretty funny. Very cool. Oh, I need a secret door over here as well. Go back to my line of sight. So what you do is you're like, oh, Sven, you screwed up. You have line of sight. You have a wall here. You're never going to be able to get a secret door in here. Well, let me show you. You go to your rectangle selection tool for your toggable wall. You draw your secret door. And what it does is it will then put points. See these red points? You then go to your select that point and say remove point. or is it delete? One of the two. I don't remember what the difference is. Let's see. Okay, that removes it. So we want to delete the wall. Select. There we go. So I did the wrong one, but anyway. So now we just go back to our line, wall. There we go. So now we have our toggleable wall. And so now the last thing I need to do is just add in my doors, and I'm set and ready to go. So just like that, as easy as that. Now this is still here, just that they can't see it. See, boom, it's still here. And my floor, by the way. So if we go back to our layers, click on my floor, I can turn my rocks back up. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this again. There you go. So now we've got some nice color floors as they're walking around. Stop spamming caps, it says. Sorry. It yeah, that's one thing about Nightbot that I've noticed. Um, there are a couple different things that are weird. Great spell break here, Natural. Yeah, all right. Okay. Um, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Nightbot got overzealous. Yeah. So Nightbot, I had a friend who put like 15 different emoticons on there to as a celebration, and it stopped him because I had it set. It was automatically set for like deleted it if it was more than 3. So now you can have up to 10 different emoticons before it deletes it. But anyway, so some of these things that are automatic, I don't really see where it's set up within Nightbot. So anyway, sorry about that. Well, for whatever reason, it says stop spamming caps. So maybe you had cap locks on by accident and it purged it. Let's see. Oh, it took out that whole thing that you just typed in before. That was weird because I read it. 8 messages were deleted by moderator. That's messed up. I'm really sorry about that. I'm glad I read it anyway before it happened. But yeah, Dan, um, the spell break is interesting. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'm not very good at it. I will get better. And I'm definitely going to take your advice today. I'm probably going to have time to play it today. I have to go get my second COVID vaccine, so I might die later this afternoon. But if I am not, then um, 5 messages were deleted by moderator. Timed out Dan Dazzle. Stop spamming emotes. There's a limit of 10 emotes. Yeah, see, Dan? I don't like that it then removes the other messages that they typed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go into my Nightbot settings and just pretty much I've had it remove twice. It's removed spammers. So there we go. So that's cool. Um, but it's deleted my friend's stuff more than it has the spammers. So I'm gonna go back in and check the settings and make sure it's not ruining things. But anyway, yeah, Dan Dazzle, I'm gonna do spell break today probably. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it or not, but I'm gonna if I do have time to do that and don't die from the second COVID vaccine, then I will take your advice and get the go on teams, duos, either squads or duos. Maybe not duos because then I'm really letting down my partner, but a squad. I'll let the other 3 carry me. All right, so let's get some doors in here, shall we? And go to all, find our doors. That's all we have left is throwing on these doors. So you can see we have a lot to choose from. Big old dwarven doors to just wooden interior doors. These are going to be pretty big because the dork made them 10 feet wide. I think I'm just going to go with this guy. I like him. He's good. He's a good. So let's go to our, we could add it to our walls, but instead I think I'm going to go ahead and make a new one. So let's go ahead and painting, new effect, doors. Most of them are like this. We can flip it. We want them stamped. So we're stamping it. It's 1.5 by 5. We want it width. We want it height. I think we want, we're going to maintain the ratio. I think we want it to, which one? It's hard to see which is which. Let's see. Here it is. 1, 2. We just need it a little bit bigger. So this is 2. This is the one that should be 2. Yep. So they can't see through the doors anyway, so we're going to make it 1.9 or 8. There we go. Got the single shot. Should be good this Friday. Also have COVID before, but this is very minor for me. Yeah, I didn't have it at all, and I wasn't really looking for it, but I just got the VA contacted me and said, hey, we have it. Do you want it? So I did it. All right, so you can see we just adding in these doors. I've already drawn a line of sight for these. Now we just turn. I think there was 2 doors that were horizontal. Zoom out. All right, so our map is done. Again, we can just hide this. Got an extra door there. We can go to erase if you really care. There you go. We'll double check our line of sight. All right, so we can. Most of them are dead on. All right, so we have 2 doors here that we didn't do for line of sight. So we add our doors, door, rectangle. And then there was one up in this hall. All right, and so there we go. In relatively short amount of time, we have our map. We have our line of sight. So if you throw open up your combat tracker, I'm gonna close this. Now the other thing you can do too is, depending on how close you want to be, so what we can do is we can take this. Let me show you real quick a little trick. So we have our layer. We go to our painting layer. This is all of our walls. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the layer. We're going to go down, so now we have a walls copy. We're going to go down to here, and we're going to change these. Turn off the red, turn off the green, bring down the blue. And we're going to bring down the opacity to about 100. And then you take it, we stick it underneath the other walls. And if you can do a couple different things, you can just slide the whole thing, just adjust the size, adjust the location. But in this case, what I'm going to do is actually just make it, just stretch it. Actually, no, that's not going to work. Control Z. So never mind, what I said the first time is correct. Just shift the whole thing and move it. And what this will do, we'll go ahead and bring it down. We go Control, and so that gives us shadows. And what we can do is, now that we've got the copy selected, come on, my mouse isn't being nice to me. Here we go. And then you can take this one as well and bring it down even more. Turn off the green, turn off the red. Going slow today. And this time we're going to make it 75. This one I think was 100. I'm actually going to delete this second one. There we go. All right, so what this does is it's just a cheap, quick way. I'm actually going to turn this down just a little bit to get some cheap shadows. And so we change it to 0, 0, 100, and this time it's going to be 75. Now, you say, well, hey, it's on the other side of the wall. Well, they won't be able to see that because of the line of sight. You can also go in and make an effects layer. and go to adjust colors. And there we go. And then what you can do is you can then just say reveal area. And you can go through and either do it this way. That's blue is, let's turn down the blue. There we go. Bring the brightness down just a bit to that. And if you just hold Control, or is it Alt? It's Alt. You can make your own shadows, any shape, any size that you want. If you want your door to have shadow. That's another way of doing it. I'm just going to leave it like this. And go. What we're going to do is then go to play mode. And let's take a look and see how it looks. So we're in play mode now. We enable line of sight. Wait for fancy ground to catch up. So just want to take a look and see what the player's going to see with this shadow, the way I did it. How odd does it look? I'm not that thrilled with it, but it works. It's especially good for objects. So if I had a bunch of tables and chairs and things set up in here, then doing this trick, duplicating it as a duplicating that layer, shifting it and getting rid of all the color, darkening it. It's really good for objects, but for walls, as you can see, it's not as good and not as clear as I would like. But it does add, will add a little bit of shadow to it. Not sure why it's taking so long. Come on. Fantasy ground, catch up. Oh, that's why, because I opened the combat tracker. Yeah, these guys are gone. While I'm here, go ahead and delete those. All right, so now I'm in line of sight, play mode. So there you go. So that's not bad. See, and they can't see. They open the door. Boom, now they see. The door is still there, but it's open. If I really wanted to, I could make a second layer of open doors. And each one could be a different layer, but I don't want to. I don't care. So now as they move, so you see here, there's some sort of gap here, but I don't really care about that tiny, tiny spot. Well, I do, because it's annoying. All right, so there's a gap. There we go. There's the gap. We go line, click, click, and just like that. Oh, that's a door. Wall. Control Z, get rid of what I just did. Click. Click, and you know it's a door because it's blue. And you look over here, and the icon for door was selected. All right, so now that little tiny hole is gone. And we can bring her over here, check out our secret doors, see how they look. So again, there's a gap somewhere. So we will go to line of sight. We will go in our select mode. We select this one. I redrew it, that's why. And when I redrew it, I didn't draw it correctly. Okay. Now that tiny little sliver won't be there. Go back to play mode. So they're really, they're probably going to be like this. They might notice something slightly different here. There we go, we come in here. Again, there's something slightly different here. Open, closed, okay. We can actually fix that as well. So we can just go to our line of sight, go to our select, let's see, what does this do? This magnetic snap is off. Turn it back on. All right, so what we can do here is we can remove that point. Go to line. We will just draw it. We could also take the secret door. We could move these down, but I don't feel like messing with all that. We're just going to draw a line. And in my opinion, they'll be less likely to notice that than they will escape. So we go up to our select again, select, remove, line, come back out. There we go. All right, so we're all set and ready to go with our map. And then what I'm going to do now is we go back to play mode, stick her back where she belongs. And what I'm going to do is now go to my DM. Here's my DM's version. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, they did not pin the player map. So we turn off line of sight just for me. Bring it here so I can see the whole thing. And I'm going to just take this and just put the corresponding pin. Oh, so we open it. Put the pin in there. So the players can't see it because it's red. But this way I can see it. And I can just open them up right from the player map. I don't have to have my DM map open as well as my player map. So this is trapped hallway. So there is the entire length of the floor spins, revealing a 10-foot deep pit beneath and with acid. Okay. Interesting. There's a 1-foot thick 6. I try this again. The floor from the door to the stairs is trapped in the following way. The stone is 1 foot thick, 6-inch iron axle running down the center, the length of the hallway. If a pressure is applied to either side, the entire length of the floor spins, revealing a 10-foot deep pit beneath that is filled with acid. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and leave this out so I remember, because I can put that as a layer. Draw that really quick. So finishing up with our pins, we now have everything pinned and ready to go for our group. And if I wanted to, depending on how much time I have, I'll probably be building on this throughout the couple of weeks. You know, if I go into, there's barracks rooms down here, so I'll probably throw some beds in those, and if there's chests, throw a couple chests, add some shadows to it. So I'll be building on this map as we go. Remember, this is what the original map looks like without the numbers. Here, I'll show you. I can go like this and just hide everything else. So this is what the original map looked like without the dots. You know, it didn't have the. Why is it so dark? Why is? Oh, it's locked. There we go. So now, instead of this, we have the one I made. The characters are ready to go. Sorry about that. I turned everything off. Come on. All right. So last thing I want to do today before we leave is add that trap. So let's go to our assets again. And see what kind of traps we have. Here's an acid trap. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. So just for argument's sake, let's see. Yeah, there's nothing else there I want. Okay, boom. All right, so it's very simple. I'm going to take this, put it into my, go to paint, make a new paint layer. This is called acid trap. Take and drag this over. Boom. Right now it is just under 1 by 1. So let's go 4 wide. All right, so that stretches it a little too weirdly. Let's go 2 wide. Still weird. All right, so we'll go 1.5, 1.5. All right, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Reset. What we'll do is we'll just duplicate it. So this, we're going to say this floor is weird there would be just 2 random doors. It doesn't seem to make any sense. Maybe that will trigger there. Gee, why is this here? Sense, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and make this a full 1 because I'm not sure why it wouldn't be. I'm going to go to my grid. I want to be able to see my grid a little bit better for this part of it at least. Okay. Go back to my painting there. Make sure I'm on acid trap. I'm going to make it 1. There we go. Good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this here. We could draw it, or we could let's see what happens. I'm not sure how it's going to look because of the edges. That looks okay. That's fine. All right, so we'll just draw it. Okay, and then we've got our acid trap. We then put this below the walls. There we go. So now we even have our little shadow there. And then we're going to take and we're going to go to effects. We're going to go to add effects. We're going to go to ocean. And we're going to go to enable mask. And we're going to go to reveal area. And we're going to go yoink. And then we're going to turn down the distortion. There we go. So now we have this little bubbling acid look here. And if I wanted to, I could even add another with mist. But the cool thing is we can then take this, we can go to add a folder. And we go to our layers and we say add folder. I did it, okay. And we go trap. We throw our ocean effect into the trap folder, and we take our acid trap into the acid trap. We then move this down below the walls and down below the walls like this. And what you do is You go like this, you say it's not visible. And you can make it, click on it here, and it's visible to me, visible to GM only. And then not visible at all. So, boom, there's your trap. I'm going to leave it visible to me only, so that way I remember it's there. And one last thing I'm going to do is we're going to go to play mode. We're going to go into line of sight. They had actually seen this room over here. These rooms here. Uh-oh, something's wrong with the line of sight here. Yep. So I'm just moving them through here so they could see what they had already seen will be exposed. All right, well, hey folks, that's gonna do it for me for now. And make sure I have an arm just waiting to get jabbed with a needle. So if you don't see me again, it's been nice knowing you. Otherwise, I will see you. Today is Tuesday, so I have a couple games. I play in a game tonight, and then I run a game late night from 8:30 to 10:30. But sadly, one of the players does not want to be streamed, and that's fine. And I actually just saw something else before I leave, so let me do this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Zoom in on this. I'm going to take this. I like the walls, how that looks with the stuff. I wonder if I can throw that in there. Yes, sir, Mr. Atomic. You enjoy the rest of your day. Guys, have fun. Enjoy your gaming. I will catch you on the flip side. I'll be here tomorrow. So, assuming I don't die today from the COVID vaccine, I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow night, I stream 2 games. Thursday, I'm back with Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm probably going to do some spell break somewhere in between there. But like, subscribe, and watch everything on YouTube, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.